welcome to the second day of Feast for the Soul 2022, and it's an absolute delight to be here sharing meditation practices throughout. Is there any way to have captions? No, I don't think so. Sharing meditation practices throughout the 40 days of the feast. So I'll start with a little introduction, and as it's day 2, and I'm very fortunate to have today as a self-care Sunday, and then I've got 7 slots every Tuesday throughout the feast. We'll be gathering in my Zoom room, what I've been shown to do over this feast is to bring in the light. And this time of year particularly, we feel often starved for light, but it's the light of the energy wheels within the body, it's the light within the sun and the moon, the sky, the stars. So I'm going to be playful. I'm learning this as I go. I'm going to be working with a charming gentleman called Martin Perry, who's going to join me on Tuesday. So, but let's be present today. My name is Sue Cooper. I am based in Nottingham in England, and someone told me that everybody in the world has heard of Nottingham through the infamous Robin Hood, and I'm not too far away from his tree in Sherwood Forest. There's also another tree that is very significant to us around here, which is the tree of Sir Isaac Newton. And it's 25 miles down that way. We've done many meditations at Sir Isaac Newton's tree, bringing in quantum physics into the physics. So today, the meditation is going to be about a walk in a garden, and it's going to be evoking all the colours of the rainbow, hence bringing in Isaac Newton, because I'm just letting people in here, because he split light. He was one of the first people. He was studying natural sciences, and he split the white light through the prism into the 7 colours. It had been done long before Isaac Newton, but it brought science and physics into the world of natural science. So today, I'd like to start with a quote. Then I'm going to move us into a flow breathing pattern to bring our mind and body into a state of coherence. And then we'll go into a walk through a garden. And the garden I'll take you on is the garden wherever you want to be. My garden is, it exists, and I'll tell you a little more about that at the end, but I don't want to take your experience away from you. So shall we settle in? And to start with, we started a few minutes later so people could wrap themselves up in shawls, but notice your body temperature and just check that you're feeling warm and comfortable. If you want a little something more, then snuggle in. And it's a reminder that well-being, well meaning comfort, and that's the true definition of well, and being is in the present moment. So being present in the moment brings a sense of well-being, and this is what this meditation will help with that intention. So as you're feeling the sense of snuggliness, of warmth, I invite you to take your attention now to your feet and feel your feet actually on the ground, on Mother Earth. And notice if you're sitting symmetrically. Notice if both feet, we're unfurling ourselves. We spend a lot of time sat with our legs crossed and our arms folded. So we're just going to bring ourselves into this centered place of posture perfect. So your feet are on the ground and you feel connected to the ground. And then bring your attention to where you're sitting or even lying. You may well still be resting in bed. So feel yourself supported by the chair or the floor or the bed, however you are at the moment is perfect. And then I invite you to have a little look around your room, just to make sure that everything feels that you're going to be in a safe space to close your eyes in a minute. But familiarise yourself that there's no candles burning that could cause any problems, knowing that when you close your eyes, the space that holds you is a safe space. And then I invite you to close your eyes, or if you would prefer to gently soften and lower the gaze. And then with your eyes closed, connect with the breath. And for this practice, if you're able to breathe comfortably through your nose, I invite you to do that. But if you feel constricted in any way, then please follow your own guidance and breathe through the mouth. And notice as you're breathing, are you breathing through each nostril the same, or is one more dominant? This is a practice of the power of attention. We're not judging it, we're simply bringing our focused awareness to how we're breathing. Breathing in and then breathing out naturally. Noticing the air, the warm air, leaving the body as we breathe out. And the cooler air moving up the nose as we breathe in. Knowing that in the northern hemisphere at this time of year, the in-breath will always be cooler than the body temperature that we breathe out. So for a few moments, just be with the breath, the natural breath, breathing in and out. As we settle into this breathing pattern, a natural breathing pattern, a few words I'd like to share by Paramahansa Yogananda, the spiritual guru. And he talks about the light of the soul. Kindness is the light that dissolves all walls between souls, families, and nations. Kindness is the light that dissolves all walls between souls, families, and nations. And our meditation practice is about being kind to ourselves. So settling into this natural breath, I invite you to take your attention to the heart space. This whole area across the front of the chest. And feel the chest rise as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. Making the natural breath gentle. And then flow this breath. So we're breathing in and we're breathing out. And maybe make this breath so that the in-breath and the out-breath is the same length. It's what heart math calls the heart lock-in breath. So maybe counting for the count of 5 to breathe in and breathing out for the count of 5, exhaling. But find your own rhythm. The point is to stay within the realms of comfort. We're balancing the mind and the body, this rhythmic flow. your mind wanders, just bring it back gently with kindness to the breath and the rise and fall of the chest. Now you're in flow, just let that go. And we're going to move into this place. We're going to move into a garden, wherever this garden is for you. We're using the power of our imagination. So you now are moving into a place where you're finding yourself in front of a gate. The gate is a large iron gate painted in black with golden swirls around it. You can see through this gate. And your curiosity is getting the better of you, that you want to go through this gate. And there's a gentleman on the gate and he says, welcome. Come on in, our garden is open. And he opens the latch of the gate. The gates move to an open position and you walk slowly into this absolutely beautiful garden. And in this garden, you're greeted as you enter. The whole of your vision is taken over by red roses. As far as the eye can see, these beautiful red roses are open in the sunlight and they greet you. You walk towards them. You're tempted to touch them, but you bend down and you smell their fragrance. Beautiful scent. And it fills your heart. You look at the flowers, you give gratitude for this abundance. And you feel your feet on the ground and you start to walk slowly. And you turn and you start to walk gently up a hill. The hill is very gradual, but there's a handrail. So you hold the handrail, you walk gently up the hill, and you hear the noise of a pond. The ripple, as this little fountain within the pond moves this water, and you see this pond in front of you. And in this pond is filled with beautiful koi fish, these big fish that are moving around in a circular fashion. And they're orange. They're vibrant orange, and you look in awe and wonder as they're all going around in the same direction, gently moving the water as the water just drops on the ripples of this pond. You see these orange fish. You find it mesmerizing. Stay with the fish for a moment and see the colour orange in your mind's eye. The pool is quite large. There's a lot of fish in there. And they're gently floating, swimming gracefully in a circle. And then you know it's time to move on. And you walk up the path a little more, holding onto the rail for safety. And the sun is shining. It's the late afternoon. The sun is beautifully radiating on the top of your head. You feel the yellow sun on your face. You raise your face up and feel the warmth on your skin, on your shoulders. You feel enveloped in this golden yellow sun and you feel its warmth. You continue to walk, feeling the warmth of this yellow sun. Continue to just gently stroll, feeling the warmth on the body, enveloped in this beautiful light. you continue your journey, and in front of you, you see a glade of trees. And as you start to walk towards the trees, the sun becomes stippled, and you're conscious of the leaves of these trees brushing your shoulders. You're enveloped in green leaves, and you look down, and the moss is under your feet, and it's very springy and spongy. And you touch these leaves. You feel this colour green surrounding you. It's a beautiful glow as the stipple sunlight is coming through the leaves and reflecting on them. You have this great sense of comfort and expansiveness and wonder, so much beauty as you walk through this forest, slowly touching these beautiful leaves. And as you continue your journey through the glade of trees at the end, you see the blue sky. You're still gently walking uphill, but the blue sky takes your attention, and you walk out through the trees, and this huge expanse of sky is ahead of you. And as you walk just a little bit more, you become aware that you're near the top of the hill, and there is the ocean. And you see the blue of the ocean reflecting on the blue of the horizon. And you stand there and simply absorb this colour into your very being. See the colour blue envelop your every sense. Feel the vastness of the ocean meeting the horizon. And you decide to sit down. And as you do, you become aware that the light is starting to go and twilight is starting to form. That inky indigo blue, like a velvet, a rich velvet. And you feel warm and you feel safe. And you know that night time's coming, and you decide that you'll want to stay here a little longer. So you lie down. You lie down on the earth. And as you do this, you see the moon rising out of the ocean. The white light of the moon. It's nearly a full moon. You know in one more day it's going to be a full moon. And the moon rises out of the ocean like a step ladder of white light coming towards you on the ocean. And you rest. You rest on the ground, and you know that you're warm. You know that you're in the most perfect place in which to relax. And you rest. You rest in this white light of the moon, lying on Mother Earth, in the vastness of everything around you. Be present to this white light. We rest in the silence for a few minutes together in this white light. The moon, the stars, all is well. Be here in the presence of the white light. as you rest in the white light at the top of this hill. You feel the warmth of the ground, and you can smell the ocean, and you know all is well. In your mind's eye, you see the planets up in the sky, because the moon is nearly full. And you see a white twinkling planet, and that planet is Venus. It's the closest it has been to Earth for a long time. And you see it twinkle, and you rest in awe at the planets and the stars present in the sky. And you feel it's time now to sit up. So you move from a lying position in your mind's eye and you sit up. And you give gratitude for this vision in front of you. As the sky slowly starts to lighten with the first light. And you know it's time to stand up. So you stand up and you thank the beauty for what you've witnessed over the period, and you turn round. And as you turn round, leaving the blue ocean behind you, you see the green forest in front of you, and you start to walk towards the green forest. And you see the leaves that are unfurling in the first light. And you see little drops of dew on the leaves. You touch them as you slowly start to return, the return journey. So feel the colour green glowing all around you. See the moss that's on the ground. And you feel that stipple sunlight coming through the glade of the trees. And you feel the warmth of that early morning sun. Feel the colour yellow. And as you slowly move, you can hear the pond. You can hear the music of the little fountain on the pond. And you arrive at the pond and you see the orange koi fish. There they are again, still moving round with such gracefulness. Fill your whole vision, your whole imagination with this colour orange. It's vast. Feel that energy within you. Creative flow. And now it's time to hold on to the handrail again, because we start to walk down a slightly steeper hill. And as we do that, we see in front of us this whole bed of red roses again. And there they are. They're tight buds at the moment because the sun has not yet opened the flower, but you see the dew on the petals and on the leaves, and your whole vision is taken up with a whole beautiful view of red flowers, and you lean down to smell them again. And this time you reach out to touch them. You gently cup one or two of the flowers. You press your face to them. Feel the softness against your cheeks. You have this immense sense of comfort and calm. And you breathe in that divine scent. Be conscious of breathing it in. Be conscious of breathing out back in to these beautiful flowers, the exchange of air and breath. It's simple and it's beautiful. Exchanging the breath with the scent of the roses. You feel those roses, the softness of the petals. Stay here for just a couple more moments. And then let go of that scene and you feel your feet on the floor in this garden, and you turn to look at the whole vista in front of you. And you give gratitude for this journey into the light. And you sense this lightness of being, but you turn around and you greet the gentleman on the gate. The gate is open to let you through. And he wishes you good day. And you thank him for all the tender care that's been bestowed on this garden and this beauty that you've enjoyed. And now he shuts the gate gently and you're back on the sidewalk, on the pavement. And you stand here for a moment and you gather your senses. You know that you've experienced a beautiful journey. You know that the energy of the light has infused your very being. And you feel calm. Notice how you feel. Notice the pattern of your breathing. We have this sense of groundedness, and we're leaving this scene, but we're staying with this sense of being fully present. And you're now back in your place. You're back in your chair and back in your room. Your eyes are closed, but you're very conscious of your feet resting on the floor, resting on Mother Earth. And you press your feet into the ground and you wiggle your toes. And you give gratitude for being held on the ground. And you feel the back of your legs and the back of your chair. Press back into it and feel that you're supported by this space that you're in. We're coming back into our home where we reside, where we are at the moment. So wiggle your fingers, maybe wiggle your toes still, and we're going to start energizing ourselves by taking a longer, slower breath in, because we're going to be coming back into our place. We're going to be coming back into the world. We're going to be coming back to each other. But before we do that, we're going to take a long, slow breath, and mindfully, we're going to move our arms as we breathe in. Maybe move them out to the side and fill. Maybe move them up. Maybe stay where you are. How does it feel for you to have a mindful, deep breath, but move your body at the same time? With your eyes closed, still be in the inner experience. And then on the out breath, consciously move with the breath and bring your arms back down. Your eyes are closed, but you're starting to energize yourself now. So should we do that one more time? Should we take our arms up on the in-breath? Make it slow, make it deep, make it long. Taking your arms up, having that stretch as if you've got a thread on the top of your head. Take it up. Stretching that spine. And then on the out breath, take your arms down, then wrap them around you with this loving embrace. Hold on to yourself. Give yourself gratitude and appreciation. Maybe a gentle rub if you're feeling cool, but say silently to yourself with your name, thank you, and then your name for taking some time out for some beautiful energetic self-care work. And as you do this, let's rub our hands together. Let's raise our body temperature together. Let's rub our hands. And then our eyes are still closed. With the warmth of the hands, place the pads of the hands against the closed eyes and take in the warmth. Take in the warmth of the pads of the hands. Your hands may still be cool. That's okay. Maybe rub them again. But with your pads of your hands on your eyes, gently rotate the eyes 3 or 4 times slowly, clockwise. And then when you've done that 3 or 4 times, do it anti-clockwise, but make it slow and mindful. And then behind the pads of your hands, gently open your eyes and stretch as if you're looking deep into your hands. Stretch those optic nerves. And then consciously lower the gaze before you take the pads of the hands away from the eyes. Lower the head so that when you take your hands back down to your lap, your gaze follows your hands. And consciously, deeply look at your hands, your healing hands. And stretch. We spend a lot of time looking at our screens now, and that opportunity to expand our optic nerve. The sense of sight is our major sight. And as we've got our head down still, feel your feet on the ground and press in again, feeling grounded. Give thanks to yourself again for being here. And then when you're ready, let's look up at the screen and we greet each other with a namaste. I see the divine light in you. You see the divine light in me. And I thank you so much for being here on day 2 of Feast for the Soul. So I'm going to stop the recording now.